Oh, party people, what's good? So, today we are back to day one, which means we are back to our kind of like, it's about the only regular day that I had from last block. It's the only one that has a similar format, but it's literally squat and bench day. But it's a bit of a weird one. So for those of you that have been following this series for any amount of time, whenever I've done like a day one or two, my comp squat has been preceded by then like comp bench, and then I would do a variety of accessories, usually like lower body, upper body, stuff like that. No more. Today, I have got comp squat. I then have paused bench, but I think that's just comp bench. It's not really been specified. And then on top of that, I then just have close grip Larsen press and hammer curls. Now, I've done this once this week, and I looked, wham! I looked big as hell afterwards, because my chest and shoulder and back pump was through the roof. But it is very weird having, like, not just slightly less accessories, but like a serious amount of less accessories. It wasn't, it wasn't like I lost an accessory. I lost basically all of them in my mind. I know that close grip Larsen press is a good accessory. It's also a good variation, especially for someone like myself, where basically just the more benching I do, the stronger I get. Oh, pardon me. It kind of means that I still bench 4 days a week. Because at the moment, like if you just look at the program per day, I don't bench every day I work out. I bench for 3 of the days I work out. However, on today, I have 2 different kinds of bench. I have my close grip Larsen press, and I have my my normal comp pause bench, which kind of makes sense that actually that is seen as 2 different benches because it's just taking it and putting it as an accessory. It also means that fatigue is lower because it's a back off accessory and not like a main variation. I'm more fatigued, I'm doing less weight that specific day, but I'm getting more like hypertrophy out of it. I'm getting more just general tension in the muscle, which is nice. So it's a win-win. I'm enjoying it. And to be fair, it also solved my dilemma of I couldn't figure out what to do for my secondary bench session. Secondary deadlift session, sorry. I'd spent time trying to figure out like, right, I want to be able to bench I want to be able to like have a good variation that's going to help my deadlift, but I couldn't find one. I used to be a sumo lifter, I'm now a conventional lifter, and I just couldn't find a good variation of conventional that actually helped, because I didn't need to do like a tempo version. I needed my deadlift conventional, especially, you need to be explosive. Therefore, pause was also out the window. I don't want to teach my body to slow down. And then it's like, okay, maybe I do banded or chained or like deficit. But realistically, what I needed was just more work on my form. And doing it once a week, but with back offs that are higher rep ranges, it hits both of those squares again. So I am enjoying this. I'm liking it a lot. I've also woken up this morning and just been straight back to it. Got up, immediately breakfast, showered, did my work, and it's now like, it's even before 1 p.m. and I'm like ready to go to gym. And then when I get back, it's just like I can now do a creative afternoon. I can get on and do like making content and stuff, which I'm really happy with. But yeah, it's been good, man. I'm happy with this. I'm going to finish this, grab my chocolate squares bar, and then head to the gym. So I will see you at the gym. Catch. All right, we are up to top set, 260. Now, I did 260 last week. It definitely wasn't at the prescribed RPE, however. So just to take you over what last week was. Last week was a single at 6. This week we're looking for a single at 7. Now, I thought it was a single at 6, hence why I've gone 260. But if this moves well, I might go like 265. I'm hesitant to push 270 unless this absolutely flies, but we'll see. So far, all the movements are going really well. I'm getting a little bit of butt wink at the bottom, but I think that's just because I've spent a lot of time driving over the last 2 or 3 days, which means that my hips, like my glutes aren't that tight, my adductors, my hip flexors are quite tight, and it just kind of throws off like the natural biomechanics. So I've done a little bit to kind of like work between that each set. So the idea is we're going to hit like a comfortable 7, and I want it to be a comfortable 7. A 7, an RP7, there should be no sticking point. It should be like the ease just before you hit a sticking point. If you hit a sticking point, it's usually an 8 plus. So I'm looking for this to just be a smooth, casual. Now, if the velocity is quite high, if it moves well, then I might go up. But I'm happy with 260. I don't have an issue with that, because that means that next week we go up to like 270, and then the week after that like 280, all bare minimum weights. And if I can hit 280 at like a 7 or 8, like sandbag this kind of speed, bro, I'm happy. Like 1 block in, if I hit a true 280 at 8, I'll be a happy boy. So that's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna hit this now. I'll see you for that. Oh damn, that moved. My back tension, my shelf, was by no means perfect there. I was missing about 20% more back tension. I kind of made up for it after the unrack, but that felt like it moved great. Yeah, that moved really damn well. And I'm not going to chase the dragon. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to hit back downs, because that was maybe like a 6.5 at worst. No sticking point, moves well. I'm happy with it, so I'm just going to run with it, hit back downs, carry that momentum. 260 at 7 is fuck all. 270 at 7 is fuck all. I want bigger weights. See you for back offs. All right, 3 sets of 8. I don't know what I've done to my coach, but 3 sets of 8. This better make me squat like Jesus. Yeah, that was That was heavy. Not in I couldn't get it up way, but just in that's cardio, man, that is. Just trying to breathe through that without losing the braces. His brace is tough enough. Good Lord. Yeah, I think my right foot was slightly too internally rotated because I could feel my whole foot on my left side. But my right side, it felt like I was only pushing in off that side. So I just need to be careful with foot placement. Oh. I can see because my right foot was pushing in, my left heel was getting lifted because it was basically trying to like rotate me. So I just need to be wary of that foot placement. I got 2 more sets. So I'll see you for one of them, and then I'll see you for bench. Gotcha. Yeah, that was a long break in between those two. I got caught chatting, but I got one more set, and I'll see you for bench. Catch. I want to say switching to the Advanceds have helped with the whole leg drive issue that I've been facing, which is nice. You know, I'm feeling stronger for it.
and getting my scapula in the right place on the bench has really helped me just feel more stable. I think what I just need to work on now is probably trying to get like a little bit more upper like ab flexibility. A lot of my arch is still landing here, and I need it here. I need the highest part of my arch to be my sternum if I'm going to get the most out of it. But I'm happy with that. That was in range of week 2. That was a 7, I would say. It definitely wasn't anything more. Now I've got 3x8 at 6 to 7 again, so I'll go 3x8 at like a 6.5, which will be, just need to close all the apps I've got open for some reason. $170. Nice, I'll see you for that. All right, 2 more sets. I'll see you for the close grip Boston press. Close grip time. But that was easy. 2 more sets.
Right, well, party people, it's really dark in here. Let me turn on the light. All right, party people, that is the end of day 49. Squats are squatting right now. Really comfortable 260, like really comfortable. Back ups felt good. Had a lot of like good reps, good mind muscle in terms of like, I know what I'm feeling, I know what I'm doing. And then bench was great as well. Getting back to my old form. Just need to open this back up and I'll be singing sweet. But yeah, it's a bit of it's one of those where like there's nothing really massive to talk about. We're not going to talk about, you know, how hype something is because it's all very chill. We're week 2, we're, you know, casually ramping up. I think the goal is by the end of this block to have a 280 squat at an 8, like an actual 8, I think, or a 7, a 242.5 bench at a 7, and like a 305 deadlift at a 7. And like if I can hit all of those at 7 and be like genuine 7s, my deadlift won't have increased that much, but I'll be happy. It's more time with my form. I'm going to be doing all these comp benches on competition equipment, so that's a massive like positive. And then the last thing is like squat, and I'm going to be doing that on competition equipment. And I mean, it's feeling great. So I'm really positive about everything. I'm feeling really happy about myself and how I'm doing today in terms of stuff I'm getting done. It's just building bit on bit. I think for a long time I was stuck in this mind frame of like, I have to increase, like I have to PR every block. And it's a realization that actually, especially the longer you've been in the sport, maybe you need slightly longer than just a block. Maybe you need more than 4 weeks or 6 weeks. Maybe trying to, you know, have a goal over the 8-week period might just be best for some people, and I think that might be what works for me. But no, I'm feeling good about life right now. And touch wood, it continues to go the way it is because I am a happy man. I also have salsa tonight. I completely forgot about that. I'm on my ones for salsa. It's a big sad. But no, anyway, look, I'm going to let you guys all get on. I hope everything is kicking and screaming. I hope your lifts stay big, your stretches stay small. I've been the Bench Viking, and I will see you for day 50. Catch.